Wildcats take 2 of 3 in Lexington. I don't know where the bigger story over the weekend is, Kentucky winning the series or South Carolina's TikTok antics. Either way, we start with Kentucky. Listen, big series win for the Cats. You protect the home field. Tyler Bell continues to be fantastic at the top of your lineup. And, we know with that pitching staff, Kentucky is going to be a really, really tough out for anybody. I tell you the other noteworthy thing here, Harrison, Ethan Petrie runs into the wall in this series. He is in a sling for the rest of the series. You wonder what his status is. I think that is a huge storyline leaving the series, but Kentucky gets the dub. And again, it's just this middle of the pack thing. Cats sitting right there, 10 and 11, kind of just hanging out near the, bottom middle of the pack. Just that silent assassin in the conference with Nick Mingione. But again, they get the big series dub at all.
Yeah, Chris, and they do it the way that they continually play baseball is, good pitching, good defense, and stolen bases. It was just a situation which going to South Carolina is not as hostile as going to, I'd say, 8 of the other SEC there's at least 8 or 10, if not 12 in front of South Carolina of hostile environments to play in front of, this season specifically. And, a good time to, they don't even have to go there. You get to play them at home. Yeah. But I think they would have won this series on the road, even at South Carolina, just with the way that they're playing. But, what you're going to get out of, it's not like you're facing Liam Dole and Marcus Phillips, in a Friday, Saturday role. Nate Harris and Nick McKay, and then you get Ben Cleaver on Sunday. It's just under the radar kind of guys that go out there and, give you quality starts week after week and give your team an opportunity to win. And the way that they play in clean defense and steal bases and, do the little things right is what keeps them in the middle of the pack of the SEC and why they're able to play with anyone. We've seen, Chris, they took 2 of 3 at Texas A&M, and then Texas A&M goes in this heater, right? They can play with anyone. And, this was a series which I don't think either one of us, even with a doubleheader, but had much faith in South Carolina going and taking the series on the road. The style which that they've been playing recently, the lack of production throughout the lineup, it was just, it was like, this isn't a good spot for South Carolina. It felt like, and obviously they win game 2 with, 2 runs late in the 8th, but it just felt like they continue to be who they are, which is not like, it's frustrating. It's hard to describe too, because it's like, there's not a consistency on either side of the ball for them, I don't think, right now. And Jake McCoy's been one of their better arms for sure. And he struggled. He had 4 runs, 3 earned, and 4 2/3. But, behind him, the bullpen picked it up a ton. And you got Braden Stone, who goes 7 innings, which helps saves the bullpen, I think, for this series and gives them more opportunities in the bullpen later, even though he gives up 4. But it's like, South Carolina's not going to go out there and out hit anyone right now. That's not who they are. That's not their identity. And it's tough for them to see that. It's tough to see, I think, South Carolina struggle like this because, of the transition I think the program has been over the last 6 years, maybe 8. But, Kentucky did what we expect them to do, which was take 2 or 3 at home.
I'm just going to say this, Harrison, about South Carolina baseball. And this is something I've been talking about with folks for a few weeks now, but I will go out on a limb here with a bold take. I think Paul Maineri is one and done. I really do. I think
long term.
I think he walks after this season. I don't know where the hope and the optimism is that he can turn it around. And how can he recruit? Realistically, what is his window of time that he was going to be there, even if things were going really, really well? I don't know how you can sell to a kid. And you know as well as I do, Harrison, that recruiting in baseball starts really early. So he's certainly not going to be selling to freshmen and sophomores, hey, I'm going to be here in 7 years. Their only hope, I guess, would be going out in the portal and just throwing money around. And I don't know if they're really in a position to do that. It will not shock me at all if Paul Maineri is one and done. I just – because you got to think he's sitting back thinking to himself, what did I get myself into? And this is not worth $1.3 million or whatever they're paying me per year. And then you've got
there's $1.3 million is a lot of money for a year.
But for a guy like Paul Maineri that's made plenty of millions, I don't know if he would deem it as worth it. And then you've got Harrison. And then you've got the TikTok thing. And I mean, dude, listen, there's been a lot of mixed comments on it, but I think for the most part, most of us agree. Brother, you just lost 2 or 3, and you are 5-16 in conference play. And here's the thing, Harrison. The kids doing it, whatever. They're dumbasses. They're college dudes. Whatever. I could look past that. But Harrison, did you see Mainieri breaking it down in that motherfucker? Like, really? Mainieri, his ass should be gone yesterday. Yesterday. Like, the fact he's still, and I'm a guy that I liked Mainieri for what he did under Ray Tanner. The fact that he's still on their payroll after you went to Clemson, blew up that program. Look at what's happened since they fired you and hired Bakich. They're probably going to go to Omaha this year.
Bakich is one of the best coaches in the country.
One of the best coaches in the country. Like, they upgraded immensely over your ass. Then you come to South Carolina. They've stunk since you've gotten there. And you're supposed to be one of the leaders of men on this team, and you're dancing around on TikTok like a fool while y'all are getting y'all's asses beat in Lexington, Kentucky, and you're 5-16 in conference play. And then you got fans with the audacity to comment, "Oh, let them have fun, man. What, you can't have fun?" No, you can't have fun when you're 5-16 in conference play.
Winning's fun.
You shouldn't be on TikTok acting like a fool. Like, what are we talking about? Like, bro, I just left Baton Rouge over the weekend. I was trying to comprehend, Harrison. I was trying to think, how would LSU fans react to this if it was their team and it was Nate Yeski or something like that? Josh Jordan. Bro, they would – you don't want to know what they would do. I mean, the standard is so incredibly far gone in Columbia. Like, I don't know, man. Anyways, TikTok.
It's night and day what it's been in the past.
TikTok thing aside,
12 years.
I will go out on a limb and say I think Paul Maineri walks after year 1.
Well, Chris, I mean, we'll get to it obviously once we're done with UConn series recap, but like, if so, that's not the number 1 job in the SEC.
It's not. It's not.
Even the number 2
but the
job.
Maineri hire was always weird and didn't make any sense. And now Ray Tanner's not. Now Ray Tanner's not the AD. It was a panic hire and it was a desperate hire. It was a hire you were desperate for some national relevancy and you thought hiring a guy with 1,500 wins would get it for you. But here's the problem. There's a reason LSU pushed him out. Dude's washed up. Like, dude is not what he was. That's okay to admit, but he's just not.
We were talking about, like, how is he going to, recruit in this day and age? All the success he's had at LSU, like, it's a different landscape with NIL, transfer portal. It's like the recruiting aspect of amateur, even, let alone the transfer portal. Like, that's going to be interesting to watch and see, and obviously it takes more than 1 year to do that. But I mean, it feels like programs in college baseball, let alone college football, even more so, have just shorter leashes than ever.
Again, I don't know that South Carolina would fire him. They might have a very real conversation at the end of the year. But dude, again, you're Paul Maineri. Like, why? Why would you stick this out? Like, you don't love South Carolina. Let's be honest here. You don't love the Gamecocks. Like, yeah, you're getting paid, but I don't know, Harrison. It's a mess. South Carolina baseball, obviously, a just complete shell of what it once was, and it's crazy. The man that built that program into a powerhouse, you could argue, is the same man that sent it down the tank, that being Ray Tanner with some of those hirings they made. I'm just saying, I mean, it's wild. Anyways, we could spend all day. Kentucky takes the series. South Carolina, they're in the dumps. Huge series coming against Florida, who comes to town red hot.